there's some things I would like to address and things that I'm going to say that some people may not like what I have to say, and I may have some unfollowers. And that's okay because I need to speak my truth and tell you my perspective about the Sean Combs trial. So, lately you've been seeing me posting videos about, Cassidy and the unedited version of her being attacked by this man at the hotel in 2016 of March. And a lot of people, are rooting for Sean Diddy Combs that he gets a non guilty verdict. A lot of people are saying that he's guilty, that he deserved prison time. I'm just going to give you my perspective. Some of you already know how I feel towards it, that he is guilty. A lot of stuff is allegedly. You have to be proven guilt. You're innocent until proven guilty, and the prosecutors are, you know, determining if he was running a sex trafficking ring in his enterprise of Bad Boys records, and among other things. And after listening in Cassie's testimony for the last 2 days, very sad that this woman had to go through the things that she went through for several years that she was with Sean Combs. And a lot of people are commenting and saying, oh, she should have left, why she didn't leave, you know. And I even said it myself too when the whole story broke out last year. And then after reading her lawsuit, people have to realize, when you're young, okay, Cassidy was young. She was 19 when she met this man, okay, and he was probably like 30, 38, 37 at the time. She was focusing on her career, okay. She wanted to focus on her career. She saw that Sean Diddy Combs was this guy that would blossom her career to make her a big star, okay, because he signed the biggest artists in the 90s, Biggie Small, Mary J. Blige, um, the Junior Mafia, Little Kim. The list goes on and on that, Sean Diddy Combs did greatness throughout his music career, in the hip hop world. So she felt like this was the right man to mentor her, to show her the ropes around the music industry. She had no indication or no that she wanted to get involved with this man. Okay, she probably looked at him as a father figure. I don't want to put words in her mouth. I'm not in her head, but that's what I would probably think at the age of 19, and he was much older than her. And she thought, this is a great deal. I'm going to sign 10 record deals with this man, and my career is going to blossom. That's what she thought. But Sean Diddy Combs had a different agenda. Okay, he wanted to pursue Cassidy for the very longest time while he was still in a relationship with Kim Porter. May her rest in peace. Okay, so he already had his eyes on her from the beginning. And then when she turned 21, he's the one who engaged in her. Like, you know, kissed her first. She kind of freaked out and got took a step back and like, whoa, what's going on? But with Sean Diddy Combs, you can't say no to him because he is very persistent, very he knows what he wants. And when he wants something, he goes after it. Period. He got Kim Porter as in a relationship, Jennifer Lopez, his first baby mama. I forgot her name. She's supporting him at the trial. Cassidy, among other people too, because Sean Diddy Combs can't take no for an answer. Once he preys on a particular person, meaning women, that he goes after them. And that's exactly what he did with Cassidy. Okay. So when people say, oh, she should have left, she should have walked away, it's easier said than done. When you're being molded and groomed by older men, especially she was inexperienced, I believe. She probably was a virgin. I don't know. I'm just speculating here that, and then she had sex with Sean Diddy Combs for the first time. Feelings start to get involved. You know what I mean? She probably had strong feelings for him that she just didn't want, to leave. Especially he has more experience than her. So he explored her with things that she was probably was not down with. But then he gaslighted her, manipulated her, said, "Oh, you're boring, or you this." And she wanted to prove a point that, listen, I can do this too. I want to please my man. This is what my man is into. So I'm going to go down and do the same thing too. She's probably thinking in the back of her mind at the time, I'm not really into this. I'm not really into all this freak off stuff. But she did it to please him. And even she said it during her testimony that she is a people pleaser. She wanted to please her man. And on top of that, she didn't want any other woman in the mix because she said she was a very jealous person. Rightfully so. She was involved with Sean Diddy Combs. She was in a relationship with this man. So obviously that's rightfully so that she would be jealous because she didn't want any other woman being participating in the freak off. So what she did, she agreed to it because she wanted to make him happy. Now, when you're young and in love, we all have done some stupid shit to please a man. Now, I'm not going to go that far to do all those things that Cassie did, and there's no judgment towards her. But what I'm saying is, we all have done it to please our boyfriend, to do things that normally we wouldn't particularly do for a man. But when we're young and naive and in love, we do crazy shit for our man. And vice versa, men do it too for women as well. So it works both ways. So for people to judge her and to say, oh, she should have left. It's easy said and done. When you're in it already, it's hard to walk away, especially when someone manipulated you, gaslight you, tell you all this stuff. And that's what he was doing to her. He was grooming her to do the things that he wanted her to do. And it worked for how many years? 11 years. Now, listen, if it was a typical woman who had her shit together, not saying that Cassie did it, but what I'm saying, mature and grown, most women would not tolerate half the stuff that Sean Diddy Combs did to Cassie. Most women would not accept that. Now, most women would because some women are into those freaky stuff. It all depends on the person and on the circumstances. But going back to Cassidy, people cannot judge her, okay? She tried to tell people what was happening, but no one didn't believe her. She got scared. Sean Combs had people working for him, watching over her, tracking her. She couldn't tell anyone. She couldn't tell the authorities. She couldn't tell anyone except for maybe a few of her friends that she could trust. Okay. The girl was scared at the time. So what can she do? Like, tell me, what can she do at that moment in that situation? Because I tried to figure it out myself and I'm like, damn, she couldn't. She couldn't talk to anyone. She couldn't talk to his bodyguard. She couldn't talk to his assistants or cook or whatever because all of them were involved in this. All of them participated some way, shape, or form. Okay, maybe they didn't act on the freak offs, but they were involved in this. Okay, they supply him the drugs, they supply the hotels and all that stuff. So some of these people that work for Sean Diddy Combs, they were involved and they deserve to go to prison as well. They're just as guilty as Sean Diddy Combs is. Okay, and I'm saying that he's guilty, even though there's no verdict yet. In my eyes, he's guilty. He is a disgusting human being that he can do this to another human person. Forget about the video that we all saw because that's the video that we saw. That's just the ice of the tip bird, the tipping bird. But what Cassie has testified, the things that had done to her, she had to call 15 male escorts. Okay, she was drugged up to a pult that she don't even remember half the men that she had sex with. Okay, this man, Sean Diddy Combs, watched while she was performing sexual acts with this male prostitutes. Then once the male prostitute was done, then Sean Diddy Combs wanted semen on his nipple. They did a golden shower on her, both Combs and the male escort. It's just disgusting and degrading. You treated her like she was a sex slave, okay? Like she was some piece of shit that you can just do whatever you want with her. You know what I mean? It's degrading for a woman to go through that. It's disgusting. And people are saying it's okay. Free him because she knew what she was getting herself into. And I'm thinking the girl was drugged. She had no choice. She was taking Molly. Um she was on opioids. She was on so many drugs in the sun to numb the pain so she didn't have to deal with it. So what do you expect her to do? And half the time she was drugged with the drinks that was provided for her that she was not even aware of. Gatorade, some wine, whatever. So what do you expect this girl to do at the time? Okay, she couldn't go anywhere. She couldn't do anything because this man was beating her up like a pole. Okay, beating her up to death, giving her black eyes, busted lips, busted, kicking her in her head and her stomach. And the male escort heard all this. What do you expect him to do? Because he was fearful for his life as well. He cared for Cassidy. He wanted to make sure that Cassidy was safe, but he had to participate as well because he was fearful for this man. This man is a monster, you guys. And I just don't understand why people don't see that. People were trying to warn him, people try to warn Diddy. No, excuse me. People were trying to warn about Diddy 20 years ago, you guys. 20 years ago, and no one didn't care. No one didn't pay attention. No one didn't give a shit. Okay. Now the FBI wants to, obviously, they had him arrested last year. They have all these charges against him. But where were them 20 years ago when people came up and said, he did this, he did that, especially in 1999, that infamous New York shooting, that everyone testified and said that he's the one who had the gun and start shooting, blazing bullets in the nightclub. People got injured, people got killed. There was a lot of testimony that Sean Diddy Combs is the one who did it. What happened? He got off the hook. Who took the fall? Shine, his protege. Served 10 years in prison in Brazil, and in his country. Brazil, not Brazil? You know what I mean. I can't even think of it right now because I'm just so upset and annoyed of this whole situation. You know, he took the fall. And what happened? He got off. Everything that he's been doing for the last 20 years, he got off until now. Things are catching up to him. And now people saying, free Sean Diddy Combs, free him, free him. And I'm like, my gosh, this man is a monster. He's been getting away with this for so many years. And no one's not holding him accountability for anything. But everyone's putting the blame on Cassidy, or she should have left, or she knew what she was getting herself into. She knew this. Hello, this woman was abused mentally, physically, everywhere possible, you guys. Okay, if you did not read her lawsuit or listening to her testimony, then you're hiding underneath the rock, or you're in denial. Okay, now, like I said, everyone is innocent until proven guilty. I get that. You got to go through the due process. You got to go to trial and everything. But the things that I've been hearing, and so far it's too early. You know, it's only day 3. It's 8 weeks of trial. But this woman is 8 months pregnant, you guys. 8 months. Okay, she is the most bravest, courageous woman I ever met in my life. That she's the only one who's using her legal name, who's taking the stand, who is facing this man that abused her, okay? Haven't seen this man for the last 6 years. And she is walking into that courtroom, swearing underneath oath, okay? Testifying, giving her story, telling her story, excuse me, okay? Can you imagine she has to relive that nightmare, that abuse that she went through? And she's 8 months pregnant. Like, people have some grace here. 8 months pregnant, you guys. Okay? That she has to live through this. The abuse, the nightmare that she went through with this man. This man is a monster. Okay? He's a disgusting human being, and he deserved to go to hell. Okay? He deserved to go to hell. The things that he has done, the things that he has got away with, and then people that say, oh, free Sean Diddy Combs. He's innocent. He's innocent. When he's been hurting a lot of people. Okay? Allegedly, he got Biggie Small killed. Allegedly, he got Kim Porter killed. I'm not going to, allegedly, he tried to kill I'll Be Sure, in which he may testify this week or next week or whatever. And he has a book out, and he did interviews, which you saw on my YouTube channel, that he believed that Sean Diddy Combs tried to kill him, and he landed in the hospital for 2 months. 2 months. And thank God that he's alive. Thank God that he's alive to tell his truth. And no one didn't believe him either, because they tried to shut him up. Kim Porter tried to warn people. She warned I'll Be Sure. She warned a lot of people, and look what happened to her. She saw something that she shouldn't have seen. She made copies of a tape that he allegedly had sex with underage boys, and it freaked her out. She recorded it. Excuse me. She made copies of it, okay? And then she threatened to tell She threatened Combs, saying that she's going to do a tell-all book, or he found out because he was so psycho, a psychopath, had her phones tapped, had her followed, and he probably heard everything, and that's when he allegedly did something to her. Because I don't understand a healthy woman who was healthy like a horse, and she ended up dead in her bed. He got her. He got her because he knew that she was going to expose all his little dirty secret, and he did not want it to be exposed. He did not want people, the whole world, to know about his little dirty secret. He didn't want to, so he eliminated her. Okay, he got rid of her so he can keep his dark little secret. Now, with that being said, it's not a crime to have fantasies. It's not a crime to have threesomes and do all these freaky kinky S&M things. That's not a crime. I just want to make it very clear. It's not a crime. People can do freaky stuff in your own privacy in your bedroom as long as it's consensual, okay? What I have a problem with when people are being forced to do something that they don't want to do. They're having paid male escorts to do things that they don't want to do, to being drugged and being incapable or doing things that they shouldn't be doing. That's what I have a problem with. That's what happened to Cassidy. That's what happened to other victims that may come forward and testify. And she's the only one that's doing it. So give this woman grace here. Okay, no one didn't even believe her when she did the lawsuit against Shonda Nicole. No one didn't believe it until they showed that video. When they showed that video of her getting beat up, kicked, dragged through the hallway like a rag doll, then people said, oh, okay. Then what she may be saying in her lawsuit is the truth. You had to watch the video to believe what she said, because everyone thought that she was a money grab, that she was just trying to use Shonda D. Combs for money. She was trying to sue him to get money. No, she been through hell with this man, hell and back. So she deserved every penny that he settled with her very quickly. Now, if you presume that you're innocent and you didn't do anything, why would you pay someone right away? Look at Jay-Z. He was being sued. Did he pay one penny? He didn't pay a dime. He didn't pay nothing because he proclaimed that he's innocent. Now, we don't know if he's guilty or not. That is to be determined. But my point is, he didn't give in. All those allegations that was against him. He didn't give in. But Shonda D. Combs gave them right away and settled approximately $30 million. We don't know yet. We don't know the numbers. But he settled very quickly. So for me, there's a little guilt there, okay? Because if you are innocent, you wouldn't pay anyone a dime. You would just let it go to court and figure it out. But he settled. So my whole point is, I'm on Cassidy's side. I'm on the victim's side. I'm on women's side. You know what I mean? Domestic violence is a serious thing. It's not that easy. I grew up with a family through domestic violence, okay? I was 8 years old, 7 or 8 at the time, and one of my mom's family member went through domestic violence. And it's not a pretty thing. It's a very scary thing, very scary. I didn't understand it. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't understand why this man was just hitting on my aunt like that. And at the time, I was like thinking, man, this is not a man. This is a very disgusting person to do that to someone that he proclaimed that he loved. And I told myself at that age that I would never let a man do that to me. I would never let a man control me or dictate to me what I should or should not do, period. At a young age. Even I didn't understand it, but I knew it was wrong though. I knew it was wrong. And everybody is different. It all depends on the circumstances and how you react to things. Everyone is different, and we can't throw stones at someone because you thought that they should have left. She tried. She said in her testimony, she tried, and he always find her because he always had her tracked down. Okay, his assistants follow her wherever she went. So how can she escape him when she was being followed? That one time that she was trying to leave from that freak off was that March 2016 when you saw her leaving that room, heading to the elevator. That was the only time that she was trying to escape. And she said it through her testimony. And then he ran down the hallway like a crazy man with a towel and his color socks, beating her down because she did not want to participate through the freak off anymore. She was tired. Okay. Those freak offs lasted 2 to 3, the longest 4 days. Okay. 10 bottles of baby oil warmed up all over her body and then the male escort body. Disgusting. Having her have sex while she was on her period. This man is disgusting and he's a monster. He did not care. All he was caring about is pleasing herself. Like I said, he treated her like a sex slave, dressing her up like a stripper, having her wear wigs. He just degraded this woman like she was a piece of shit, like she was not a human being. Excuse my French, because I am upset and disgusted by no one's not condemning this. No one's not condemning the things that this man was doing to this woman and other people too. Everyone just saying, let's just free him. Let's just free him. And you get most people say that he's guilty, that he deserved to go to prison, which he does. He deserved to do time, whatever it might be. It might be racketeering. It might be prostitution. It might be other things. But again, it's too early to tell how this is going to work out. We have time. But with that being said, you guys, and again, I condemn what he's been doing to her, to other people. It's just disgusting. It's just disgusting. He is not a good person. And now he wants to hold the Bible. He wants to hold the Bible in his hand. Where were you then? Where were you then? Now you're trying to paint a picture that you have Christ in your life. You walked away from Jesus. Jesus did not walk away from you. And now you're holding a Bible in your hand. How pathetic. How pathetic are you? Yes, I'm talking to Sean Combs. Pathetic. Trying to hold a Bible to get some grace or sympathy. You know what? He should be reading the Bible. He should be holding the Bible because he's going to need it when he goes to prison. Okay? He's going to need it when he goes to prison. Now he's trying to have God on his side. Where were you then when you were doing all these crazy things over the last 20 years? And now you want Jesus? Disgusting. Despicable. Despicable. That's all I have to say about that. I am sorry for my rant, but I just had to speak up and speak my truth and give you my thoughts about this whole thing, this whole trial. I know a lot of people may not agree with me. I know a lot of people are going to unscribe me, but that's okay because I have to speak my truth and I have to say this is the most disgusting thing that I ever had to hear from another woman saying what she had to ordeal, what she had to go through for the last 11 years with this monster. How can you not feel sorry for her? How can you not have empathy for her when she was going through that at the time? And everyone tried to warn just about this man, and no one didn't say anything because that was not their narrative. It didn't fit the narrative to do something about it. Because if they would have done something about it, if they would have done their investigation on Combs, none of this would have happened. Cassidy wouldn't go through what she's going through when she did go through this. Kim Porter may possibly be alive. A lot of people would not get hurt, okay? But no one didn't want to listen when they had proof or evidence that Sean Diddy Combs was a dangerous man and he was using his enterprise to get what he wants. I guess because when you have power, when you have money, when you have a lot of influencer, people will back you up and make you get away with a lot of things. And this has been happening and no one didn't want to say anything. Even Wendy Williams, spot on, said something. No one didn't believe her. Look what happened to her now. Look what happened to her. They shut her up real good. Make her look like she's crazy. You see what I'm saying? Like everyone was trying to tell people about Combs and something ended up happening to these people. Okay? Like put the pieces together. Like I have common sense. I see what was going on. And people did not want to believe Wendy Williams. They didn't want to believe I'll Be Sure. They didn't want to believe the other woman that got shot in a nightclub in 1999, Ruben, I forgot her first name, Natalia Ruben. No one didn't want to believe her. No one didn't want to believe none of these people who said this man is dangerous. This man has got away with a lot of things and no one didn't care until now. until last year, excuse me. Now they want to do something when this all could have been prevented. It's just outrageous. It's just incredible to me that now they want to do something. Now they want to arrest him. Now they want to lock him up behind bars when they could have done this a long time ago, you guys. A long time ago. This is why it's super important to believe the victims. When they're coming forward and telling you what happened to them, do your investigation. Obviously, make sure what he or she's saying is true. Fact check everything. Don't just dismiss them because these people have money, because they have influencer. They're human beings just like you and me. The only difference is they have money. They have connections. Okay? And then the thing is with Sean Diddy Combs' employee, people were afraid. People were afraid they would get fired. They were afraid that something might happen to them. And I'm thinking to myself, Sean Combs is just a man. He's just a human being. He is not God. The person we should be fearing for is our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He's the one we should be fearful for. He's the one who died on the cross for our sin, not Sean Diddy Combs. He did not die for our sin. He's just a man. Everyone is fearful of this man. Just a man. And they watch over the years of what he has done to Cassidy. Beat her up, punch her, kick her, among other people too. Kim Porter, other women, except for the exception of Jennifer Lopez, because I don't think he did anything to her, because Jennifer Lopez had a good PR people by her side. She had good management, good team, that they wouldn't tolerate that. And I believe Sean Diddy Combs knew that too. So that's why he never let a finger on her. But among other people, he has done that. But my point is that people were scared of him, and they shouldn't be. I know if it was me, if I was working for Sean Diddy Combs and I saw the stuff that I saw, fire me. Try to do something to me, because I don't fear you. I fear God. Because at the end of the day, it always comes back to you. It always does. And for these people to allow these things to happen to other people, especially Cassidy, they're just as guilty as Sean Diddy Combs. They're just as guilty, and they deserve to do some type of time. They do. I'm sorry. They do. Because what they did was disgusting. And all that they cared about was just a payday, a check. Now, if that was your daughter being mistreated by Sean Diddy Combs, what would you do? Would you just allow it? Would you just walk away? Would you just continue for him to pay you? No, you will kill that man. You will find a way to kill him or have someone else kill him. If that was your daughter, if that was your sister, if that was your mother, if Sean Diddy Combs did that too. Wouldn't you? Let's think about it. Wouldn't you do something about it? Of course you would. But because it's his girlfriend at the time and you're getting paid for this, it's not your problem. I don't care. I'm just going to wear a blind eye. It's not my business. I'm just getting paid to do what I need to do. No, wrong. If you see something, you say something. Just like in the airport, just like everywhere you go, just like God forbid there's a terrorist. You see something, you say something. Period. No matter the cost. And they did nothing. They're just despicable, just like Sean Diddy Combs. Okay? And they didn't care about Cassidy's well-being. They didn't care about anything but their own. So they're just as guilty. Disgusting people. And I hope the prosecutors press charges on them too. Whoever was involved, they need to go to prison. They really do. Because they didn't help her. They didn't help her at all. They didn't do anything. Because they were more fearful of this man than up there. And you know what? Karma is a bitch. I'm sorry. It comes back to you. It comes back to whether 20 years from now, 10 years from now, it comes back. And sure enough, it's coming back to Sean Diddy Combs. Because all this time that he got away with a lot of things, it's catching up to him. And it sure is. It's catching up to him. It's catching up to a lot of people. So buckle up, Buttercup. Everyone that was involved, they're coming after you, the FBI. Because that's one bureau you don't want to mess with. FBI, CIA, MIA, whoever. You don't want to mess with them. Because they are coming for you. And they're coming for Sean Diddy Combs, people that were involved in this. Okay, point blank period. And I'm happy to say that man who helped Cassidy at that hotel, he didn't take the bribe. He didn't take it because he kind of knew that this might catch up to him. And sure enough, it did. Just imagine if he took that bribe all over. And he's an NYPD police officer now. because he was a security guard back then in 2016, and now he's a police officer. Just imagine if he took it. Just imagine he took the bribe. All over for him, his career probably. I don't know. I'm just speculating here. But thank God he didn't. Thank God he did the right thing. You see, we need more people like that. We need more people who have morals and respect and dignity and do the right thing, no matter the cost. No matter the cost. But some people, they don't care about that. They just want just money. They just don't want to be involved. It's none of their business. But you know what? It should be your business when someone is being domestically abused by their partner, by anyone. You have to say something. And for you not to say anything, you're just as guilty as that person who abused the other person. That's all I have to say about that, you guys. Let me know what you think about this video. And if you do like it, please like, share, and subscribe. And before I go, I really appreciate everyone who's been listening to my YouTube channel videos and who's been commenting and liking it and watching it and sharing it with other people. I really appreciate each and one of you. And like I said, you may not like this video, but I just wanted to speak my truth and my thoughts about the whole Shonda Combs trial and what Cassidy had to say. And people need to have more grace and be more kind and listen to all the facts. We can't be idols to these celebrities because they're not idols. They're just human beings just like everyone else. What we should be, focusing on is our health, our family, God, and doing the right thing. Not these celebrities, because these celebrities don't give a damn about anyone but themselves. They only care about their money, their power, their influence, and just doing things that they think that they can get away with, like they're above the law, because they have money, because they know people. No one's above the law, period. It's going to catch up to everyone eventually, especially if you're doing something wrong, if you're doing something illegal. You get what I'm saying? So we need to stop doing that. We need to stop worship these people because you think that, oh, they're so nice, they're so kind, especially Sean Diddy Como. He's helping the black community and he couldn't do anything wrong. We don't know. We don't know what people do closed doors. It's a persona, you guys. In front of the cameras, in front of their PR, in front of their friends, they're one way in a camera, and when they're in closed doors in the privacy of their home, they're a different person. Let's just get serious here, okay? We think that we know these people. We don't know shit about them. I'm sorry to say, we don't. We don't know their actual life. It's only painted what the media want us to see. Period. That's the truth. Okay, we don't know what they actually do in the privacy of their home. We really don't. It's going by what the media is want us to see and want us to believe. But I know better than that. I don't believe anything about celebrities. I really don't. Okay, they may be good people. They may be not. I don't know. Only God knows what kind of person they are. I don't know. And I'm not going by what the media is saying to me because I don't believe the media. And I don't believe half the people, half these celebrities anyway. I don't even follow half these celebrities anyway. But you have these young people who believe, oh, these celebrities can't do nothing wrong. They can't do this because they do charity, to do this. What that got to do with it? I can do X, Y, and Z, and if I turn out to kill someone, that makes me a good person? No, I can't just go and kill someone. I can't just go and take a life, and then because I take someone's life, because I did X, Y, and Z, then that's mean I should be exempt because I took someone's life? Absolutely not. That is so ridiculous and absurd. It doesn't mean because you do good works, like you're going to go to heaven. Because you do good works, that you're going to get away with things because you did something bad. No, that's why there's laws in place. That's why there's rules in place. If you break the law, then you have to go to jail. If you do something bad, you go to jail. That's the rules. That's the law. It doesn't matter if you did 10 or 20 charities 10 years ago or you helped the homeless. Doesn't matter. And I don't understand why people think that, oh, Sean Combs did such a good thing for our community. He gave money to the school. He did this and that. And that don't mean shit. So because he did all that good work, so then that's mean he get a hall pass from doing all these crazy things that he's been doing over a decade? No, it doesn't. Period. That's all I have to say about that. Let me know what you think. See you guys next time.